Good morning, you guys. All right. So what we're gonna do this morning? I'm sorry, I thought I had this thing recorded already, but it wasn't recorded. So what we're gonna do this morning is we're gonna go ahead and do our blah blah. Because I told you guys I was gonna do it. You see, I'm down to the last bit of mine. So I gotta get it done. Um, Now I only have a little bit of onion this morning. Last time I had no garlic. So, but it worked, you know? So we're going for this morning. And sometimes, that's my watching guy. Sometimes I'll add other things that I just did with my turmeric. I think this is all I'm going to do. Onion, garlic, pepper, horseradish. Wait, yeah, hot jalapeno pepper. I got some tarragon, I got some sage, I got turmeric, and I think that's all of them in there. I don't have any ginger, but that's all right. All right, we don't need it. We don't need it. So, cut up this pepper, which I keep them in the freezer. So, this is a jalapeno pepper. As long as it's a hot pepper, it does not have to be jalapeno. Last time I had some habaneros. So, just cut them up. They don't have to be cut up specifically or, you know, any type of way that they don't have to be cut up in any kind of way. That's what I'm saying. Because it's actually just going to be pulp. And the last time I made this stuff, you guys, I took that pulp and cooked it with some pork chops. You better know it was on time. So this is what we're doing. I cut up a jalapeno, or half of a jalapeno pepper. I cut up. There are proportions to this, you guys, but I don't remember them. I just don't, you know? So I just put in whatever I want. And it works. So, I guess I will start on this raggedy story. So, now I was on YouTube, you know what I mean, for a while. I had some personal stuff that come up that hurt me, you know what I mean? If you know, then you know. So I went to Facebook for a little while, right? And as soon as I get on Facebook, I noticed that there is some stories about, because I don't like Facebook, so I really wasn't up there often, but I noticed that there was some stories about this man and this woman. And in the beginning, the story was very confusing. I didn't understand what the heck was going on, so that's what made it draw my attention. Because it was like, what? You know what I'm saying? What they keep talking about these people for or whatever? Because in the beginning, it was like nobody was really talking about allegations. They were just talking about the couple. Okay. Then suddenly, uh, the female had come online, saying that there was some domestic things going on, you know what I mean, in her relationship, which caught my attention because I've been through domestic abuse. So that's what caught my attention. And I was sitting there watching them, you know what I mean? But something seemed off about all of it. Something just seemed really, really off, which made it, a bit intriguing. So I continued to see the drama. And my counter is white. I wiped my counter before I came over here because I actually thought I was gonna cut on the counter. But so I'm like, I don't really understand what's going on here, but it's intriguing. You know what I'm saying? He was a dark skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? Handsome. So it was like, what's going on here? And I was looking because I'm fat in my eyes now. So she come up with the allegations, and it was like something don't really make sense. But more so than that, to me, it was like this dude he is acting like he have something to hide, but it don't seem like that's what he's trying to hide, you feel me? And so I just continued to look. And it was like some people were siding with him, but it wasn't really many. It was, very few people that were saying, hang in there, I don't believe it. Most people were like, oh, you animal, you devil, you demon, you need to die, and all this other stuff like that. So I'm reading these comments. I'm sitting looking at this man looking quite frail. And, y'all know I deal with illnesses and stuff. So I'm like, this ain't cool. This man look like he really finna, you can see him. You know what I'm saying? You can see his appearance changing, you know what I mean, before our very eyes. And you can see sadness and pain and stuff on him. Which if he was an abuser, he would either be like really apathetic or very angry, in my opinion. So, I didn't want to say like, oh, he did it. I didn't want to say, oh, he didn't. Because, who knows, who knew or whatever. I just knew that things were looking kind of bad for him. You know what I mean? So next thing you know, he was fighting. You can see him, you know what I'm saying? This is turmeric, you guys. So far I've cut up a jalapeno pepper and my turmeric. I'd rather break that because I've had this turmeric for like a year. But mom says turmeric never goes bad, thank God. So okay. Then you could see him where he was starting to fight, like I'm not, and I've never put the sage in there before, so I'm just gonna put a little bit. So I'm like, okay, you can see him fighting a little bit of, because laughter's the best medicine. So you can see him, joking around and laughing and, coming back to himself, or trying, then somehow, I don't really understand what happened, because that story was a little mad too. Like, she moved out and he only had like $88. Something like that, which is not funny. Because I promise you, when I get $88, I'm happy as hell, okay? So I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that for him, it wasn't the norm, you know what I'm saying? So he was trying to be cool, you know what I'm saying, and play through it and everything. And that was cool, that was respectable. And he did. He got through them $88, I tell you that. And so then, right, all of a sudden, she had come out with Yoshi. And at first, I ain't gonna lie, at first I thought it was like, uh-oh, you know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. But then I'm looking at him like, I don't really remember him from Wu-Tang. Like, but I ain't gonna get into that, my opinion of him. I ain't gonna get into that because my opinion is real and it's a bit harsh. So I'm like, what she got going on? You know what I'm saying? Of course, as any woman knows, sometimes women do stuff just to get a reaction or draw emotions, out of one of those. So, all right, so let me see. We're going to put this in here. But so, she is showtiming in the streets with her new guy. And of course, he felt that. You could see it in his face. He felt that. So, I don't know whether he had actually hooked up with the young lady or if they were just doing skits. It doesn't matter anyway. So they start doing their skits, hooking up. Maybe both. Who cares, And old girl gets very, very upset. And she starts, verbally attacking. This is the horseradish, guys. She starts verbally attacking Robbie D and, the person he was doing skits with. Now, Robbie D and Skit Lady, they kick it for a while. And I guess at some point, Skit Lady was like, this is a bit too much. Y'all give me a second. I got to get some tissue. I guess after a while, Skit Lady was like, this is getting to be too much, because there were verbal attacks and stuff being made against Skit Lady, because at this point there was already an entourage for old girl, and they were like, oh, woman beater, you going down. And there was very few people that were actually, rocking with Robbie D. And but there were a few, you know what I'm saying? But not many at all. And so during this time too, like his page, he had a page with like mad people. Like I ain't know none of them before this. This wig is raggedy, ain't it, y'all? I'm sorry. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling the 40s today. I love the 40s. So I'm feeling myself, but except for my hair is a mess and I couldn't do nothing up under there. So, okay. Got pepper in there. We got pepper, garlic, turmeric, onions, horseradish. I put sage and tarragon in there. Even though that's not something that I do typically add, I added it this time. There's something I'm missing besides that ginger. It seems like it's something I'm missing, but anyway, okay. Back to the lecture at hand, and then pour your vinegar in. And I've got to find a cap for this. So his page is missing. He's frantic. He's freaking out because it's like, you know what I'm saying? This is my livelihood. What's going on here? Why? You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, like, either by chance or circumstance or hook or crook, her page is advancing and his is going down. So you can tell he's freaking out and all this other stuff, but he's reaching and grabbing for straws just to try to hold on to the sense of reality. And okay, so then what had happened was the skit lady, she's like, I don't know, but I believe that she was like, this is a bit too much, or either they finished with their skits, whatever. And she separates herself from the situation and continues on. People were trying to drag her. She had to show them, like, who, boo, I'm top notch. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing movies and all of this. So by this time, we're in January. That's the good stuff. This last little bit is only for me, so I'm not even pouring it in a cup to drink it. I'm going to drink it straight from the what's called. Y'all need to find a cap. But, so, this is around January. So, old girl starts saying that she has cancer or something like that. You know, there was something going on where she had to go back and get a test because she might have cancer. So, which was kind of odd because every time Robbie D mentioned about his cancer, then she'd be like, oh, you know, he just wants attention or whatever. Okay. So then, what happened was, this was the inside. This is why I don't like cabinets. I do not like using cabinets. Okay. So then she was supposed to be going back to get tested, but we never heard anything else about it. Okay. Okay. So by this time, she's also stating that she has a movie that's getting ready to come out. And, you know, that's when the term, you know, big old girl really started coming out. And people was like, oh, big old girl, not the little one. And there was also commotion at that point in time between Robbie D's people and the other because they were saying like oh, that term of that the name of that tribe or whatever belongs to, see if I can just find, that belongs to, you know what I'm saying, an actual celebrity type people. And so it was a little bit of controversy over that, but nothing ever came of it. So then, you guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this cap at the same time that we're on it. What I'm going to tell you is you got to get it and shake it. You have to shake it 4 times a day for 2 weeks. But anyway, okay. So, matter of fact, let me get this focus thing going, and we're going to remember we stopped somewhere around in February where, oh no, because in February, that's when I had remembered, so February or March, because I know a girl that knows old girl. We're going to call old girl Miss Wilson, because that's where the girl, like, hello, Mr. Wilson. If you old enough to remember that, we're going to say Miss Wilson, because that's the only association. I know somebody that knows her, and that's where they're from, and that's where they knew her. You know what I'm saying? So, like the time. Anyway, we're going to get into it, you guys. We'll finish this up.